Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new live stream. My name is Tausif Anam. On this channel, I discuss social and political issues, both domestic and international. This is my second live stream today. And why am I doing live stream number 2? Because there's so much to talk about. There's a lot going on in the world, in the country, and as we process the election results, as we try to understand that the election is over and there's a winner, as we experience that joy of Donald Trump's victory, as we look forward to 2025, as we look forward to seeing the new Trump administration, there's going to be a lot to talk about. And that's why I'm doing today my live stream number 2. And actually on election day, I did, I believe 6 live streams, could be 7. I don't remember the exact number. And so previously what I would do is stick to a schedule. I would say, all right, live streams every night at 9 or 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. But now I just do live stream as I gather more information, as I have more to share. I just start the live stream, okay? Not at any specific time. And so if you want to stay connected with me, if you want to hear my commentary, if you want to participate in the live chat window, then the best way to do that is, first of all, you subscribe to this channel. Subscribe and make sure that you're getting the notifications as I start a new live stream. And my friends, please introduce yourself in the live chat window as you are joining. If this is your first time, let me know what city, what state you're from. If you're from outside the United States, let me know what country you're from. And ask me questions, share with me your thoughts, and just participate in the conversation. So my friends, second live stream today. At this moment, it is 8:36 p.m. 8:36 p.m. Central Time, because I'm in Wisconsin, and it is November the 7th. November the 7th. Election day was November the 5th. And this is November the 7th. So thank you for watching my videos and my live streams, and let's get into the discussion. So, my friends, as I was saying, there's going to be a lot of news as we move forward. Lots and lots of news. Because we now have a winner, Donald Trump. He's going to be the 47th president. And as he moves forward as the winner, Donald Trump has to announce who is going to be his chief of staff, who is going to be his national security advisor, who he will be nominating for different cabinet positions. There's a lot. He's going to have a very big administration, a strong administration, a very powerful administration. And so we are going to be learning the names of all the people who will be part of his administration going forward. And so lots of breaking news between now and next year and beyond. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of breaking news. So now, over the next few weeks, we will find out more about who those individuals are who are going to be having different roles in the Trump administration. And then after Trump gets sworn in as president in January, all the breaking news will probably be about the different actions that Trump will be taking as the president, as the new president, but he's not exactly new because he is also the former president, and then the new president, but he's going to be serving his second term. So my friends, I will start with the discussion about one announcement that Trump has already made. Donald Trump has announced who his chief of staff is going to be. Now, how many of you have already seen the news? Who has already seen the news? Do you know who the chief of staff will be in the new Trump administration? I'm asking a question. You can share with me your answer in the live chat. Michael Brown is here. Michael writes, "Howdy, Chief." Hello, Michael. Freshly is here. A viewer named Peanut Butter is here. Okay. All right. 30 seconds, maybe. Should I wait 30 seconds? I know there are 46 people watching this, and more people will join as we move forward. By the way, my friends, please like this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And when you subscribe and you stay subscribed for at least 5 minutes, that's the threshold. You have to subscribe and be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes in order to participate in the live chat. So please, if you are new here, subscribe, and in 5 minutes, hopefully you can join the conversation. Michael, okay, so Michael, I will tell you who the new chief of staff is going to be. Freshly is saying Susie Wiles. That is exactly correct. Susie Wiles is going to be the new White House chief of staff. My friends, this is a historic decision. Obviously, there was a lot of anticipation about, who is going to be the chief of staff. This is one of the most important roles in any presidential administration. The chief of staff, the position of the White House chief of staff. And Trump has made that decision. Trump has announced that decision. It is going to be Susie Wiles, the next White House chief of staff. This is historic. This is wonderful. Donald Trump, during his victory speech, he thanked Susie Wiles. And Trump also mentioned that Susie likes to stay in the background. There are individuals, and I know that from having been involved in politics for so many years, there are people who like to be out and about. They like to be in front of cameras. They like to be out there in the limelight, speaking to reporters, just being the face of any organization. And there are those individuals who like to stay in the background. They are not out and about in front as much. You won't hear them speak on camera much. You won't hear them do interviews much. But that doesn't mean that they are not effective or they are not doing the work that they're supposed to do. They are highly effective. They are highly capable. They are working very hard, doing it very efficiently, but they are not out and about being the face of an organization. So Susie Wiles, I have not personally met her, okay, but obviously I've heard about her. I haven't met her, but from the information that I have gathered, it appears that Susie Wiles is an individual who likes to stay in the background. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Donald Trump, I believe Donald Trump mentioned that. Yes, Donald Trump actually mentioned that Susie likes to stay in the background. And so now that Donald Trump has named Susie Wiles as the new White House chief of staff, even those who did not know her name, they are going to find out, and she is obviously going to have a very, very active role in the new Trump administration. So Susie Wiles. And why is this historic? Why is this historic? I said this is a historic decision. This is a historic moment. Why is that the case? Well, it's because Susie Wiles is is going to be the first female chief of staff in the White House. So this is a pretty major development. The first female chief of staff in the White House. So my friends, share with me your thoughts and opinions and your comments. And obviously, I speak on camera, but I'm always curious to hear what you have to say. My friends, 9 likes on this video already. I know the number can go up. I know we can easily get to a 50. There are 122 people watching at this moment. So if you all hit the like button, I could easily get 100 likes, like instantly 100 likes. It can happen. Let's make it happen, okay? At least help me get to a 50 for now. Corina is here. Kushi is here. Wonderful. Thank you. Michael Brown, thank you for always supporting this channel. So, Susie Wiles is a Republican strategist. Obviously, now people will want to know more about who this person is and why Trump chose her as the White House chief of staff. She's a Republican strategist. I believe she's based in Florida. That's what I found. That's what I heard. She serves as a senior advisor to Donald Trump. So being Donald Trump's advisor, senior advisor, to be able to have a position like that, a person has to be very, very trustworthy. Very, very trustworthy. I mean, to be Donald Trump's senior advisor, it has to be somebody who Donald Trump can trust, somebody whose opinions Donald Trump will listen to and value and pay attention to. So she serves as a senior advisor to Donald Trump. She's also the campaign co-chair. That is a really important position, to be Donald Trump's campaign co-chair. And think about the fact that Donald Trump is very picky about who he chooses for different roles, right? I mean, Donald Trump, being a businessman, being such a big name in real estate, and not just that, but he's also a celebrity. Even before he became a president, before he decided to run for office, the entire America knew about Donald Trump. Everyone knew Donald Trump's name. For decades, people have known Donald Trump because he's a big businessman, he's a billionaire, he's a celebrity, and has a luxurious lifestyle, lavish lifestyle, quite outspoken. He has always been like that. And then Donald Trump decided to run for president back in 2015. And so that was a brand new chapter in his life. And obviously, we know what happened. He became the president, and then 2020 happened, and 4 years of real struggle after Donald Trump left the White House from 2021 to 2024, real struggle. And now Donald Trump, once again, is president-elect, and freedom-loving people are very happy, and they are looking forward to the new Trump administration, and we are very optimistic that Donald Trump is going to do great like he did in his first 4 years. So before Trump decided to run for office, in 2015 he decided to run for political office, but before that, for decades, people knew Trump as a highly, highly successful individual and a celebrity. He is a celebrity. And so Donald Trump has interacted with, many people, and many is a very small word. Many, many people. He has business, he has buildings all over the world. He has such a large business. He's got golf courses, he's got hotels, and, really, I mean, tremendous business empire that Donald Trump has. So obviously, he employs so many people. He hired so many people. He also fired a lot of people, we know, right? And he's got such a big circle of celebrity friends and political friends and political opponents and opponents in the media, people who love him, people who don't love him. So Trump, throughout his life, he has dealt with people. You know, he is not one of those billionaires. I mean, there are so many billionaires in the world, but how many billionaires are such active and present in the public eye? And I'm talking about Donald Trump before he became president, before he ran for office, okay, before he started his campaign. Trump was on TV, and Trump is a celebrity. Trump appeared in movies. Uh, so Donald Trump is somebody, and there are billionaires that you'll never hear from. Yes, they have got their business empire, they are making money, they are running business, they are doing business deals, but you never see them on TV. You never hear from them. You never know much about them. You don't know about what's going on in their life. But that's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump has always, throughout his life, he has been a very public person, a very public individual. He's always been in front of the public, whether he's posting on social media or whether he's appearing on television, whether he's whether he's on a show, whether he's out and about socializing with other very prominent people in New York and around the world. He has always been like, people have always known that, hey, there's Donald Trump, and he's a really cool guy, very successful businessman. And so the reason I'm saying all of this is Donald Trump, he knows how to judge people. He understands different people and their personalities. Okay? And so when Trump decides to pick somebody for a particular position, especially after going through the challenges regarding personnel that he went through in his first 4 years, we know that Trump appointed a lot of people in his administration, and later on he realized that those were not the right people for those jobs, and then he fired a lot of people. He removed a lot of people from position, and then he appointed other people, and so there was quite a bit of a turnover, and we know that. And so this time, I expect, and I have strong confidence that Donald Trump is going to appoint the right people in the right positions for the right jobs in his administration. And so, it's basically me giving a very long explanation for why I believe that Trump is going to do a great job in finding the right people for his administration this time. Okay? Him having dealt with people all his life, and also Donald Trump having dealt with the challenges that he faced in the first 4 years during his first term, when he had to fire a lot of people and get new people to replace the ones he fired. This time, Donald Trump is going to be entering the White House with a lot more experience, and he's going to pick those individuals who are going to be very loyal, who are going to be highly effective, highly efficient, and people who truly love the United States of America. And so, my friends, Donald Trump made the first announcement. This is the first major announcement regarding hiring that he made, that he has chosen Susie Wiles as the new chief of staff in the new Trump White House. And so I have a lot of confidence in his decision, and I also have a lot of confidence that whoever he picks for his cabinet, he's going to be selecting his cabinet members. I think he's going to make the right decision. He's going to pick the right people, and He's definitely a lot more experienced now than he was back in 2016. He's a lot more experienced now. My friends, let's see who has questions. I have a lot to discuss today. I have a lot to discuss. I'm going to be talking more about the Trump administration. I'm going to be talking about Michigan. I'm going to be talking about Pennsylvania. There's a lot to discuss, so don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I want to make sure that I catch up with the live chat window to see what questions people have, what comments people have. A viewer named Aussie Girl writes, "Good evening. So, Aussie Girl, are you from Australia? Is that where you are tuning in from, or are you from the US but your screen name is just Aussie Girl? I'm curious to know. It's always wonderful to learn where people are watching my videos from. And I know it's not just the US viewers. There are viewers who tune in from other parts of the world. And those who are participating in the live chat window, they are all subscribers because the live chat is now in a subscriber only mode. Let's see. A viewer is writing, your feed is horrible. What does that mean? What exactly does it mean? My feed is horrible. What happened? Are you not watching the? Are you not able to watch the videos properly? If there's an issue with video quality or sound quality, please let me know. Can you all hear me properly? Can you all see me? Is the video clear? I think it is clear. Okay. Scripture writes, it's fine. Kushi writes, the feed is crystal clear. So, Gianna, I don't know what you mean when you say your feed is horrible. Please let me know. Evelyn writes, you're good, Toss-It. Thank you. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you. Yeah, if there's any disturbance with the video feed, I need to know, okay? There's no internet issue on my end. There was a problem earlier today when I first started my live stream. That live stream got disrupted. Then I did another one. So the first one was really incomplete, but the second one was a complete live stream, and so I considered that to be the first live stream of the day, the one that I completed properly. And so this is the second one. Okay. So, Emily, thank you for being here. Scripture is asking, do you think Vivek will be in Trump's administration? It is likely. I won't be surprised if Vivek Ramaswamy is chosen to be in the Trump administration. However, I must also tell you that Vivek is also, I believe, Vivek is in a list of people from that list, a U.S. senator will be chosen. So, okay, let me just give you some more details. J.D. Vance, U.S. senator from Ohio, he was on the presidential ticket as Donald Trump's running mate. And Donald Trump won the election, so J.D. Vance is going to be the vice president. And so the Senate seat that J.D. Vance has, that seat is going to be filled. So the Ohio governor is going to be deciding who is going to fill J.D. Vance's Senate seat. And Vivek Ramaswamy is from Ohio. So Vivek Ramaswamy may be chosen to fill J.D. Vance's U.S. Senate seat. There's no guarantee. There are other names, other people who are being considered. And so, I just want to share with you the possibility, okay? I want to share with you the possibility because the question came up. Um, I think Freshly asked me, right? Freshly, was it you who asked me or somebody else? Or Scripture? Let's see who asked me that question. Scripture asked me, do you think Vivek will be in Trump's administration? Maybe. Or if Vivek is chosen to fill J.D. Vance's Senate seat, and if Vivek agrees to that, then Vivek could be in the Senate. Okay? But whatever it is, I think Vivek has a pretty bright future in politics, obviously. His performance on stage during the presidential debate was pretty good. A lot of people are impressed. He speaks well. He has definitely, captured a lot of attention from, a lot of Americans. They know who Vivek is. They have heard him speak. They have seen him on TV. They know about him. He has become pretty popular. So I think he has a very bright future, and he's young. But is he going to be filling J.D. Vance's Senate seat in Ohio, or is he going to be in the Trump administration? What his role is going to be, we don't know that yet. We have to wait and see, and that's why I keep saying that over the next few weeks we will find out a lot more about who's going to be part of the Trump administration. It's going to be a big administration. It's going to be a powerful administration, very effective administration. And I think Trump is going to choose the best and the brightest for the various roles, for the various agencies, the department. So let's wait and see what happens. All right. So let me see. Tangerine is here. Evelyn, thank you for being here. Turbo is here. Tommy is here, and there are others. David White is here. David writes, "Good evening, my brother." Thank you, David. Thanks for being here. David writes, "Hope all is well with you and your family. Congratulations on the win for all America and all Americans." That is so wonderful. That is the truth. This victory, Trump's victory, is a win for the entire country and all Americans. And this is something that I was mentioning in my earlier live stream. I said, even the Kamala Harris supporters are going to win. You know why? Because when Trump comes to the White House, when Trump combats inflation, when Trump secures the border, when Trump makes the economy stable, when Trump creates a more business-friendly climate, when Trump lowers the price of gasoline, and when Trump unleashes American energy, all consumers, everyone living in America will benefit. When you go and see that, and this is something that's going to happen when Trump comes to office, when you go and see in 2025, it's coming up, that, hey, price of gas is actually falling because Trump is unleashing American energy. Drill, baby, drill. And so everyone will benefit, whether you are a Republican or Democrat, an independent. If you are seeing that gas prices are falling, then everyone benefits. So from that standpoint, even Kamala Harris supporters are going to realize, hey, Trump's actually helping us. Prices are coming down. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Evelyn writes, "I vote Tucker Carlson for press secretary." Tucker Carlson obviously is a genius. He is brilliant. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Can Tucker Carlson do something even bigger than being the press secretary? That's a question. Tucker Carlson is very, very high profile. Perhaps he could have some other role, maybe a bigger role in the administration. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the press secretary, being the press secretary, that's a tremendously big role, because you are the press secretary, the White House press secretary, you're basically the spokesperson, right? Representing the White House. So Tucker Carlson would definitely do great, but perhaps he could have an even bigger role in the Trump administration, bigger than the role of the White House press secretary. Okay, so I don't know. These things would have to be agreed upon by both sides, right? Obviously, just like any other jobs. So not only would Trump decide, okay, who to pick for press secretary, that person would also have to say yes to the job. I don't know what Tucker Carlson is thinking about his future. He's obviously doing a lot of great work. So is he going to continue doing that, or does he want a job in the administration, a role in the administration? And if he's going to be in the administration, what kind of position would Trump think that Tucker Carlson would be fit for? And would Tucker Carlson agree with Donald Trump's assessment on that, right? Or is Trump going to ask, hey, Tucker, I want you to be in my administration. What role would you want? You get to pick. Is Trump going to extend an offer like that? Or is Trump going to think, okay, I think Tucker is going to be great for this role. I'm going to ask him, do you want this role? And then Tucker would have to make a decision. Or perhaps Tucker could go to President Trump and say, Mr. President, congratulations. I think I could be useful in the administration for this particular role. Tucker could also, propose something like that. I don't know. Obviously, Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson, they have a great relationship. Tucker is a very, very strong voice, very, very strong voice. When Tucker says something, people listen. People may disagree with Tucker Carlson. People may agree with Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson has a lot of very devoted followers. And then there are those who don't agree with Tucker, or maybe partially agree with him on some issues and not on the others. But there's one thing about Tucker Carlson: when he says something, when he speaks, when he expresses an opinion, people listen. And then they may agree or disagree, but they listen, because what Tucker Carlson says, it carries value. Okay, so I don't know what role Tucker Carlson would have. I will tell you one thing. I was pretty impressed with Megyn Kelly being on stage with Trump, right before election day. Megyn Kelly, everyone remembers Megyn Kelly, right? Megyn Kelly did a great job, endorsing Donald Trump and supporting Donald Trump. And she spoke on stage at a Trump rally. Megyn Kelly did great. And obviously, if you remember Megyn Kelly from when she used to be, on Fox, she obviously did a really great job. She's very, very experienced. And I have a feeling that Megyn Kelly could be somebody who could play a role in the administration in terms of handling the press, or being a spokesperson in some department, some agency, perhaps even in the White House. I don't know. But when I saw Megyn Kelly, hold on. When I saw Megyn Kelly endorsing Trump, and it was a very, significant moment. It was a very significant moment. It was just before election day. Okay. This was not, there are people who endorsed Trump long time ago, months ago. Those are also great endorsements. But as the tension is building up, as the heat of the election is reaching its peak, the campaign season, it just hours before election day, when you have a powerful voice like Megyn Kelly coming out and standing on stage and supporting Donald Trump, and really representing women and women's rights, and basically talking about the border crisis, and giving her endorsement to Trump, because she believes that Trump is going to be able to handle the border crisis and address this situation, this problem, this crisis pertaining to illegal immigration. um, it was very significant. Those endorsements, and I talked about the endorsements on this channel. I talked about Joe Rogan's endorsement. I talked about Megyn Kelly's endorsement. Really, it was so significant. So, I am thinking Tucker Carlson being so high profile and being so close to Donald Trump, and Tucker Carlson also spoke at that massive rally that Donald Trump did at the Madison Square Garden in New York. I'm thinking, you know, Tucker would play a great role in the administration, but is it going to be the press secretary? Or maybe it's going to be some kind of an advisor regarding media relations. Maybe, and also Tucker Carlson is very knowledgeable about international affairs, right? He is knowledgeable. He's very outspoken, and he's not shy about expressing his views, right? We have seen Tucker Carlson and how he can analyze issues, and how he can really not just present a mainstream analysis, but really go deep into issues and provide, in many cases, an alternative viewpoint. When most of the mainstream media people, they are looking at an issue from one angle, Tucker Carlson can really look at the same thing from a different angle and provide a different analysis, something eye-opening. And I'm not going to go into specific examples, but we've all listened to Tucker over the years, and so I'm thinking that being somebody who spent so much time in the media, Tucker Carlson could obviously be a spokesperson, but more than that, he could be a very high-ranking advisor. Just a very close advisor, advising Trump, maybe on media issues, maybe on big tech and censorship issues, because that's obviously a huge issue in today's political environment. The power of the big tech and censorship and freedom of speech. So Tucker Carlson could be an advisor advising Trump on those issues, or Tucker Carlson could be an advisor on foreign affairs. Tucker Carlson could be an advisor on foreign affairs. I mean, do you think that would be good, right? I mean, let me know if you have different thoughts and views. You can share with me that. Terry is here. Hi, Terry. Amanda is here. Thanks, Amanda. Who else is here? Let's see. Meg is here. Turbo. Vera. Scripture writes Hulk Hogan as press secretary. I don't think this is gonna happen. Okay. Great suggestion. I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay. Hulk Hogan for press secretary. Probably not gonna happen. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think, I don't want to make predictions, but Hulk Hogan, like Scripture wrote, Hulk Hogan as press secretary. I don't think that's going to happen. Hulk Hogan could be a great supporter. He could play a role in the administration, but not for press secretary. Okay. By the way, it would be pretty awesome, though. I've got an idea here. So, I mean, think about whoever the press secretary is in the White House in the Trump administration. That person is having a daily press briefing, okay? And we know how sometimes people make surprise appearances during a press briefing. We've seen that, right? So let's say there's a press briefing and Hulk Hogan makes a guest appearance to talk about something. I don't know. How about Hulk Hogan making a guest appearance during a White House press briefing to talk about healthcare? Just health and wellness and fitness. We know in this country we have various health issues, right? We hear about, even people that we know, our friends within our family, our neighbors, our people in our surroundings. We know people have different health challenges. They may be suffering from some kind of heart disease, or maybe high cholesterol, or maybe weight gain, obesity, diabetes, you know, um, other issues. So let's say that one focus of the new Trump administration is on promoting good health and fitness and wellness, right? Because we know that it is also tied to national security, because we need strong and healthy individuals for armed services, for military, right? We need a very healthy population, especially when you look at the younger generation, the kids who are growing up, teenagers. We want to make sure that they are healthy, so that when they grow up, when they reach the age, if they want, they can choose to pursue a career in law enforcement. They could join the military, serve in the armed forces, and for that they need to be in excellent health. And so if we don't have a healthy population, then we're not going to have a strong military. We're not going to have strong law enforcement officers. And so I think the Trump administration could focus on health and wellness and fitness, and think about, I'm just making it up in my mind. I'm just dreaming. I'm just imagining. There's a press briefing. The White House press secretary is saying, okay, President Trump has this new initiative to promote fitness and so on and so forth. And to talk more about that initiative, they bring in Hulk Hogan. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome if Hulk Hogan, made a surprise appearance at the White House briefing room, and talking about how to stay fit, how to stay healthy. Obviously, he's Hollywood Hulk Hogan, right? He's so strong. I mean, he's an elderly individual, but he doesn't look like one. He's still so healthy and strong. So he could come to the White House press briefing. He could talk about fitness in his own style, like he says, cheering everyone up, and just, tearing his t-shirt, and, what you gonna do, brother? That would be so awesome. That would be so awesome. Anyway, that's just a thought, because somebody mentioned Hulk Hogan. But really, just going back, Donald Trump is going to have a very, very solid, very, very strong administration. I am very confident about that. I'm very confident about that. He's going to choose the best and the brightest for the various jobs. And is Tucker Carlson going to play a role in the administration? I hope so. I hope so. Is it going to be press secretary? I don't know. But if you ask me, I see Tucker Carlson, as I said, more as a senior advisor, who could advise on international relations, who could advise on big tech, who could advise on freedom of speech issues. Okay, so just my thought. For press secretary, I think someone like Megyn Kelly would do really good. Okay, I'm not saying absolutely that's the person who should be chosen. I think there are a lot of wonderful names, people who Trump can consider. But Megyn Kelly would be somebody who would going to do a great job, I think. Okay, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Okay, you can share with me your thoughts. Okay, so my friends, as I was saying, the first announcement coming from Donald Trump about who's going to be in the Trump administration: Susie Wiles. As I mentioned, Susie Wiles, Republican strategist based in Florida, serves as a senior advisor to Donald Trump. She's also the campaign co-chair. She has a long resume. She's a very prominent figure in Republican politics, and her most recent success is running this very successful campaign to help Trump get elected um, again. And so, many people will celebrate this appointment because she is going to be the female, first female White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. And of course, this is something that we should celebrate. This is historic. This is wonderful. And, based on what I know about Susie Wiles, what I've learned about her, the information that I could gather, the things that I've heard, I know that she's going to be a great person for this role. Like I said, I've never personally met Susie Wiles, but, you can find out a lot about a person's reputation, especially somebody who has been in Republican politics for a very long time. And everything that I have learned about Susie Wiles, that I'm learning about Susie Wiles, I feel very confident that she is going to do a great job. And Donald Trump has praised her. And that is important. Trump needs a chief of staff who he can trust, who he can rely on, who is going to be loyal, who is going to be 100% committed to making America great again. So I think Donald Trump has chosen the right person for the job, okay? And this is great. We will get lots and lots of more breaking news. Each day, I think we are going to learn more about who Donald Trump will appoint for various roles in the administration, okay? It is a very exciting time. Very, very exciting time in America right now. I mean, do you agree with me? Do you agree that it is a very exciting time? If you don't, you can just let me know. I think it's a very exciting time. Scripture is writing, I feel so proud of America now. I can't explain it. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand your excitement and your thoughts. We are all excited, and I feel the same way. Sometimes I feel like I'm so excited, I'm so happy that I cannot find the right words to express the intensity of my excitement. Okay. Meg is writing yes. Candy writes, yes, very exciting. Texas Repo writes, I agree. Simon is here. Hello, Simon. Good to see you. Simon says, I'm excited and I'm not from America. Simon, you are from South Africa, if I remember correctly. I think you mentioned, right? Terry writes, I am relieved. Terry, we are all relieved. I mean, the tension that was building up, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I mean, we were confident that Trump's going to win. We were confident, but like I said so many times previously, no one can guarantee what the election results will be. So we were confident, we were hopeful and optimistic, but once we found out the results, a sigh of relief. A sigh of relief, a sigh of relief, okay? Candy writes, yes, relieved. Igor writes, I'm excited also. God bless USA. Thank you so very much. My friends, 50 likes in 48 minutes. How about in the next 10 minutes, we get to 100 likes? Can I get 100 likes? 50 more likes in the next 10 minutes. Can we speed up this process of getting likes? Can we do it? There are people watching. If everyone who's watching would hit the like button, we would get to 100 very easily. Very easily, we would get to 100. By the way, we have reached the 8,200 subscriber mark. 8,200 subscriber mark. Okay. But a nicer round number would be 10,000. I would love to get to 10,000 subscriber mark. And we can make it happen if you all subscribe. Everyone who's watching, if you subscribe. If you subscribe. Okay? All right. Let me know, my friends. Please support this channel. Please subscribe. It is important that you subscribe and support this channel because this is a community of freedom-loving people. It's a community of freedom-loving people. So I appreciate your support. By the way, I'm happy to tell you that in 50 minutes, we are 50 minutes into the live stream. We are 10 minutes away from reaching the 1 hour mark. And already more than, let me tell you, hold on. More than 8,300 people have watched this video. More than 8,300 people in 50 minutes. This is the momentum we need. This is the momentum we need. All right. Okay. Give me 1 second, my friends. I speak so much, my throat becomes dry, so I have to drink some water. Excuse me for that. I'm reading some comments too. Ms. Busy B writes, I just found your channel and I subscribed today. Thank you for your valuable insight and information. Well, thank you so very much for subscribing. Your support means a lot. You know, this is a community. When you subscribe, you become a part of this community. You are joining this community and you can share your thoughts, speak, and do so freely and fearlessly. Okay. Swaggy is here. Hello, Swaggy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Kushi writes, I wish I could post photos of all the GOP I've met. The next 4 years will be wonderful. Kushi, you can do one thing. If you have X, formerly known as Twitter, you can post your pictures of, with the Republican leaders that you've met. You could post those pictures on X, and you can share with us your X screen name, your Twitter handle, or it's not Twitter anymore, your X handle, so we can go and check out your pictures. We can do that, okay? And you can follow me. By the way, let's do this. I'm going to give you the link to my X profile that you can follow. Let's see. All right. If you want to follow me on X, please check out that link I posted. Okay, and it's very easy. You know my name, Tausif Anam. You can just type Tausif Anam, and you'll find my page. Okay, it's my X handle is just Tausif Anam. You can find it quite easily. Go and find it. Go and follow me. If you follow me, if you send me a message and say, hey, I watched your video, I watched your live stream, I'm following you, and I'll just send me a message so I'll know that you've watched my videos, and I can follow you too. Kushi writes, thank you. Okay, so my friends, we're gonna be. There are lots of expectations. There are lots of expectations from the new Trump administration. Freedom-loving Americans want the new Trump administration to be successful. Okay, we want the new Trump administration to be successful. Donald Trump's first term in office was very successful. In spite of all the roadblocks and all the barriers that the Democrats threw towards the first Trump administration, the Democrats, they tried to create roadblocks, they tried to set up barriers, they tried to, create disruption. That's what the Democrats tried to do. They tried to slow down the first Trump administration. In spite of all those challenges, Donald Trump's first 4 years were very, very successful. Trump governed very nicely, and from the first term, Trump has obviously learned a lot. He learned a lot about people, because there were people who Trump hired, and then he found out that those were not the right people for the job, and he fired them, and he appointed new people. So I mentioned this, there was quite a bit of turnover. There was quite a bit of turnover during his first term, but now Trump knows who to appoint. Michelle's here. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Emily, good to see you. Okay. Michelle writes, congrats to us. Absolutely. Congrats to all of us for such a major victory. So as I was saying, this time Donald Trump is going to make sure that he's selecting the right people for the job. And I'm very confident that the new Trump administration will be very, very successful. And I think it's going to be more successful than the first Trump administration. And so, my friends, let's wait and see who else Trump appoints. There will be many positions to fill, many positions in the White House, many positions in the various departments and agencies. So there's a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of excitement, okay? And so, my friends, I want to share with you some more thoughts that I have about everything that's happening right now, okay? Trump won this election by uniting freedom-loving people. Okay? Let me see some comments. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me take a quick break to read some comments. By the way, please subscribe if you have not done so already. 225 people watching right now. To all those 225 people who are watching this video at this very moment, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, because when you subscribe, you can stay connected to my channel. When you subscribe, I'm hoping you're going to get notifications when I start live streams. And when I start live streams, you can come and join the conversation. You know, there are freedom-loving people who are participating in the live chat window, and so you can communicate, you can ask questions, you can share your views, you can share whatever's on your mind. You know, we believe in dialogue, we believe in freedom of speech. So when you subscribe, you're able to participate in the live chat window. You have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes goes by really fast, just like that. Subscribe, let those 5 minutes pass, and then you can participate in the live chat window. It is so exciting. It is so awesome. And when you participate in the live chat, as I said so many times previously, you become a part of this community. As Michelle writes, patriots unite. Absolutely. This is where patriots unite. So subscribe, okay? And let's say you don't like my channel. You watch it for a week and you're like, no, I don't like this. You can unsubscribe. No one's going to stop you. I hope you don't, but you can always do that. But I would say, give it a try. Give it a try. Subscribe to this channel. Watch a few live streams. Watch a few videos. Go check out my previous videos. And I'm confident that you would want to be a part of this conversation. Let me ask my viewers here, my friends, do you like being a part of this community? Do you enjoy the conversations? If the answer is yes, just write yes or write enjoy. Okay? Those who are watching, those who are trying to make up their mind whether to subscribe, whether to participate in the live chat, my friends, you can share your thoughts. If you've been watching my channel for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, share your experience in the live chat, so that the others who are trying to make up their mind about whether to subscribe or not, they can see your comments and they can feel encouraged to subscribe. Let's see who's here. Who's here? Michelle writes yes. Candy writes yes. Kushi writes yes. Frank writes yes. Swaggy writes enjoy. Mickey writes yes. Paul writes yes. Lots of yes. So if you are watching this video, if this is your first time, second time, third time, 10th time, and you've watched my videos before, you haven't subscribed, you're trying to make up your mind, or if this is your first time and you're thinking, should I subscribe or not? Well, my friends, please subscribe. Be a part of this community. This channel is growing very fast, growing very fast. We are now past 8,200 subscribers. We're going to get to 10,000 very soon. I'm very confident. So be a part of this growing community. Okay. All right, friends. Trump won this election by uniting all freedom-loving people. And during Donald Trump's speech after winning the election, Trump mentioned about all the people who came together to elect him. He talked about the most unified coalition. That is what he said. He talked about the most unified coalition. And Donald Trump said that, everyone came together to support him, the young and the old, the men and women, the rural and urban, really people from all walks of life, people from every corner of this, whatever state you are in and the country as a whole. Young people, old people, men and women, people who live in rural areas, people who live in urban areas, they all came together. And Trump also mentioned union members supported Trump. Even non-union, those who are not in unions, they supported Trump. And Trump mentioned African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, Arab Americans, Muslim Americans. Everyone. Trump said we had everybody and it was beautiful. I mean, just think about the broad coalition. The broad coalition. I'm going to repeat. The young and the old, the men and the women, the rural and the urban, those who are in unions, labor unions, non-unions, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, Arab Americans, Muslim Americans. Donald Trump said, we had everybody and it was beautiful. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? I mean, broad coalition. I'm going to write this because this is true. Broad coalition. That is what made this victory possible. Broad coalition. And you can repeat the words. Broad coalition. Broad coalition. Absolutely. Even Democrats voted for Trump. People who previously voted for maybe Hillary or Joe, they voted for Trump because Evelyn said people were fed up. Exactly. People were fed up. They were sick and tired. They are sick and tired of inflation, of border crisis, of all these wars taking place overseas. People are sick and tired. People want peace and prosperity, and people want to enjoy their freedoms. And so Donald Trump had this broad coalition that supported him, and he is now the president-elect. So on this channel, and if you have been watching my channel, you have seen this, you have heard this. I'm going to give a little bit more detailed analysis about Michigan, okay? About Michigan. So wait here, my friends, don't go anywhere. Let's see. Okay, so we are 1 hour, 3 minutes into the live stream, and more than 10,800 people have watched this video. More than 10,800. More than 10,800 in 1 hour and 3 minutes. Isn't this awesome? Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Let me know. Love it. All right. Okay. I'm reading some comments here. Swaggy writes, love it. Okay, great. So let me talk about the Arab Americans and the Muslim Americans. This is important. I have something to share. So before the election, before election day, I highlighted on this channel, I talked about the fact that highly respected Muslim leaders in Michigan endorsed Donald Trump. And I listed that as one of the most important endorsements. I talked about RFK Jr.'s endorsement, Tulsi Gabbard's endorsement, Elon Musk's endorsement. I talked about Joe Rogan's endorsement. I talked about the endorsement that Trump received from the Border Patrol agents, their union. And I also talked about the Muslim leaders and their endorsement, their Muslim leaders supporting Trump. And I said, after witnessing that the Muslim leaders, the Muslim community is supporting Donald Trump in Michigan, I said that Michigan will vote for Trump. Trump is going to win Michigan. I made that prediction. I talked about it. I felt very confident, and I shared that. Okay? I said that Muslim voters will overwhelmingly vote for Trump in Michigan. And I also said that the fact that Muslim voters, Muslim leaders endorsed Trump, and Muslim community, Muslim voters were openly supporting Trump, and Trump also went to a restaurant to talk to the Arab American leaders, just that fact would help Trump win support from Muslim voters in other states. And it's not just Michigan. It's not just Michigan. And so now we know that Trump has won Michigan. Trump has won Michigan. And, this victory has been made possible because, in Michigan, this victory has been made possible because of the support from the Muslim community. Evelyn is writing, the Muslims saved Michigan. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Muslim voters, when those Muslim leaders stood on stage with Trump and they endorsed Trump, that was so powerful. It kind of sent shockwaves across the country. And Muslim voters in different parts of the country, they saw that. And that helped increase support for Donald Trump tremendously, not just in Michigan, but in other states as well. And so we know now in Michigan, Donald Trump is the winner. Donald Trump is the winner. Okay, so Z Corp is okay. Hold on. Yeah, this viewer Z Corp talking about my clothes, talking about my coat, my vest, and just saying that I wear unclean clothes, so on. I mean, this is just absolute nonsense comments. I just blocked that person. Okay, the person named Z Corp. Z Corp. Really, blocked. Let's get back to the discussion. We can't let distractions take place here. Okay, no more, no more. So my friends, the support from the Muslim community helped Trump win in Michigan, and also helped Trump greatly in securing the popular vote. It got coalition, as Trump mentioned. Non-union, men, women, old, young, urban, rural, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American, everybody, every group, no matter how you look at the population, you look at people and talk about, gender, you talk about men, women, men voters, male voters, female voters, you talk about the senior citizens who are voting, the younger people who are voting, you talk about, Hispanic Americans, African Americans, you look at, geographic differences like the urban voters, rural voters, no matter how you look at the US population of voters, Donald Trump saw growing support everywhere. And that's what helped Donald Trump win the popular vote. And the Muslim Americans played a very significant role. And so, my friends, what happened in Michigan is very, very powerful. And I want to share with you some data, some statistics, which will help you understand this. In 2016, we're going to look at Michigan, okay? In 2016, Donald Trump got a little more than 2.2 million votes in Michigan, okay? So 2.2 million votes. And we're going to round up the numbers uh, to make this conversation easy, to help us understand. We're not going to go into the details of, 2279543. I'm not going to read the whole number. I'm just going to say just over 2.2 million people in Michigan voted for Trump in 2016, just over 2.2 million. In 2020, that increased to a little over 2.6 million. Okay, and I'm just giving you the numbers for Trump. I'm not talking about how much Hillary got, how much Biden got. So you see, in 2016, in Michigan, Trump got 2.2 million votes, just rounding up the numbers, 2.2 million. 2016. In 2020, Trump got 2.6 million, so that the vote totals went up in Michigan in 2020. And in 2024, Trump got 2.8 million. So from 2016, when he got 2.2 million in Michigan votes, in 2020, it went up from 2.2 to 2.6, and in 2024, it went up to 2.8. So support for Trump grew over the years in Michigan. And this time, the Muslim voters played a significant role in Michigan. And I will give you more details, more numbers, which will help you understand that, okay? So 2.8 million, this is the highest number of votes that Donald Trump received in Michigan when you look at 2016 and 2020 and 2024. In Michigan, this year he got the highest number of votes. And Trump won Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan. Trump, when you look at Dearborn, Michigan, Trump is the winner in Dearborn, Michigan. Okay? And let's see. All right. In Dearborn, just so you understand the population makeup of Dearborn, in Dearborn, Michigan, 55% of the residents are of Middle Eastern descent. Okay? In Dearborn, Michigan, 55% of the residents are of Middle Eastern descent, which means there's a huge Muslim population. And I'm going to tell you, I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to this. This is so important. This is so important. So are you ready? In 2020, now we are going back to 2020. We're going back 4 years ago. In 2020, when it was Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. In Dearborn, Michigan, Joe Biden received 68.8% of the votes. Not just a majority, but a significant majority. In Dearborn, Michigan, in November 2020, Biden received 68.8% of the votes, and Donald Trump received 29.9% of the votes. Biden, 68.8%, Trump, 29.9%. 4 years later, in November 2024, in Dearborn, Michigan, Trump received 42.48% of the votes. And Kamala Harris received 36.26% of the votes. Can you imagine? I mean, have you listened to the numbers? Can you imagine what a significant difference it made in Dearborn, Michigan? A place with a huge Muslim population. 55% of the residents are from the Middle Eastern, are of Middle Eastern descent. This is huge. I'm going to give you the numbers again. November 2020, Biden got 68.8% of the votes in Dearborn, Michigan, and Trump got 29.9%. So, like less than 30%. This time, Trump got 42.4%. So, Trump went from approximately 30% of the votes in Dearborn to 42.4% when you compare 2020 and 2024. Trump went from 30% to 42%, and Biden in Dearborn, Biden in 2020 got 68% of the votes, 68.8, and 4 years later, Kamala got only 36%. So Trump went from 30% to 42%, and the Democrats, when you look at Joe Biden, went from 68% and to Kamala Harris to 36%. What a significant drop. What a significant drop. What a significant drop for the Democrats. What a huge gain for the Republicans. What a huge gain for the Republicans. What a significant drop for the Democrats. And so, right before the election day, there was a prominent prominent Arab American leader on TV during an interview said that there's a seismic shift taking place in the Muslim community, a seismic shift taking place. What is that shift? Support for Donald Trump is growing significantly. And I think when we look at the data from Dearborn, Michigan, we can see it. It is clear how Trump's support went from 29.9% to 42.4%, and the Democrats, their presidential candidate in 2020 got 68.8%, and now their presidential candidate in Dearborn, Michigan got 36.26%. So, my friends, in Hamtramck, Michigan, also, if you remember, the mayor of Hamtramck, who is a Muslim mayor, the mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, endorsed Donald Trump. And also in Hamtramck, Michigan, when you look at the election numbers, the vote data, you'll see that support for Donald Trump in Hamtramck, Michigan has increased substantially. Okay? And I will give you the numbers. Get ready for this. We talked about Dearborn, Michigan. Now let's talk about Hamtramck. 4 years ago, Biden received 85% of the votes in Hamtramck, Michigan. Can you imagine? 85% of the votes Biden received in Hamtramck. And Kamala Harris this time got only 46%. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? 4 years ago, Biden got 85% of the votes in Hamtramck, Michigan. In 2024, Kamala Harris got only 46%. So the Democrats went from 85% of the votes in Hamtramck, Michigan to 46%. Such a huge decline. It is. So this really is a seismic shift. Look at Dearborn, Michigan, look at Hamtramck, Michigan, and it'll explain the power of the endorsement from the Muslim leaders. The power of the endorsement from the Muslim leaders, the endorsement that Donald Trump got. And there was a seismic shift in Michigan. Trump won Michigan. And what happened in Michigan, those endorsements, that support from the Muslim community, that also helped Trump win votes from the Muslim communities in other states. And so when you add up the support that Donald Trump received, the increase in support that Donald Trump received from the Muslim community, when you look at the support that Trump got from the union members, the support that Trump got from the African American community, the support that Trump got from the Hispanic community, When you add all of that up, when you take into account all the increase in the support, you understand why Donald Trump won the popular vote, why Donald Trump won the electoral college vote and also the popular vote. So what happened in this election? This is historic. And as I said, and I said this before the election day, when we did not know who would win, before the election day, I said it a number of times. I said this is going to be the most important election of our lifetime. And I also said that decades from now, people will be talking about this election. Decades from now. I mean, go to 2034, go to 2044, go to 2054. I don't know if we're going to be around, if we are alive and well, God willing, we may still be around. Okay? People will talk about this election. We talk about the Ronald Reagan's electoral victory, right? With 525 electoral college votes, the highest number ever that a presidential candidate got, 525, all 49 states. We talk about that, right? Decades from now, people will talk about the 2024 election. This is truly historic, and I just wanted to, I'm trying my best to give you my analysis of what happened. And if I want to discuss everything, if I want to discuss all aspects of the election, what happened in the African American vote, how did the Hispanic Americans, how they voted, how the union members voted, the discussion will go on and on and on and on for not only hours but dozens of hours. Okay, we can keep talking, but I wanted to focus on Michigan today. Why? Because I felt very confident about Michigan. Very confident about Michigan. Okay? I was, a little shaky about Pennsylvania. And I'll be honest with you, and whatever I said, it's on record. I said that if the election is free and fair, then Trump is going to win Pennsylvania. But with regard to election integrity, I had concerns about Pennsylvania. Because I still cannot forget what happened in 2020 in Pennsylvania. I still cannot forget that John Fetterman was declared the winner and not Dr. Oz. And so, looking back at 2020 and 2022, I was a little shaky about Pennsylvania. I was very shaky about Pennsylvania, but I knew that if the election is held in a free and fair manner in Pennsylvania, then Trump's going to win. Okay? But I had concerns about, crazy stuff happening. We talk about election irregularity, right? If there would have been irregularities in the electoral process, then, who knows? But I am glad that election in Pennsylvania was held in a free and fair manner, okay? And, as Trump said, too big to rig. If you vote in large numbers, I mean, if there's high turnout, if freedom-loving people, they say, enough of this Biden-Harris administration, we are sick and tired of inflation, we're sick and tired of border crisis, and if everyone goes out to vote, and even if there's some irregularity in the electoral process, then the freedom-loving people with their large number of votes, they can overcome the effect of that irregularity. Okay? And as Trump said, too big to rig. Vote and, just go exercise your right to vote, and everyone should vote. If you are a U.S. citizen, if you're a U.S. citizen, you can vote, right? Naturalized citizen, natural born citizen. So that's how we won Pennsylvania. And I still have many questions about Pennsylvania when you look at 2020. Okay? Biden got the Electoral College votes. I still can't believe that, but I'm not going to go into that discussion. What happened in 2020? We have lots of questions. What kind of irregularities took place? How did Biden win Pennsylvania? I still don't understand. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. I am just glad, and I said this, if the election is held in a free and fair manner in Pennsylvania, then Trump's going to win. That's what happened. Trump won. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. I was confident about Michigan, and see, that's exactly what happened. Trump won Michigan, and it was so amazing. Trump won Michigan. So let's talk about Pennsylvania a little bit. I think there was a question here. Somebody asked me, are you going to continue doing your live streams? Okay, Sovik Das asked me, will you continue the live shows? Sovik, let me tell you something that I said previously also. The live streams will continue. I have been podcasting since 2020. I have been podcasting since 2020. Okay? And I have been doing these live streams since January. Okay, so my live streams will continue. Yes, leading up to the election, it seemed that most of my discussion pertains to the election because obviously that's the biggest topic. But my live streams are not connected to the election. Okay, my live streams are not only about the election. I talked about election because, even if you turn on the TV, for months, people were talking about the election. That was the big thing. But now that the election is over, my live streams will continue. Okay? This is what I love doing when I am not working. Okay? I have a job. I have a full-time job. I work. Okay? I earn my paycheck through my job. But outside of my job, when I'm not working, during my free time, like right now, my office hours are over. Now it's my personal time. And what do? I write letters to editors. I write op-eds. I write blog posts. I record I record podcast episodes, and I do my live streams. So my live streams will continue. Okay? People have hobbies. Consider this an important hobby. Okay? People ask you, like, what do you do when you're not working? What do you do outside your work hours? People do different things. You like playing golf. You like playing baseball. You like singing. You like, riding your motorcycle, going on long motorcycle rides. You get your Harley Davidson out and you follow the country roads, go out, enjoy. You like fishing. You like swimming. Whatever you like doing. You like, playing some other sports. You like going to the movies. I like doing live streams. I like writing. I like analyzing current affairs. Okay, I like writing blog posts. I like writing letters to editors and op-eds. I like recording podcasts. This is what I do in my free time. Okay. And so my live streams will continue. It's just a long way of giving an answer to your question, because I know there are people out there who are probably thinking, oh, the election's over. Now what's going to happen? Are you going to do your live stream? No, I will do my live streams. Okay. I started podcasting in 2020 before the 2020 election. The 2020 election was over. I continued with my podcasting. 2021 came, I continued podcasting. 2022 came, I continued podcasting. 2023 came, I continued podcasting and writing letters and doing all that I did. 2024 came, here I am. I used to podcast, I still podcast, do my podcasting, but 2024 I thought, okay, let me start something new. Let me start live streams. So the live streams will continue. Okay? Obviously, everything depends on the will of God. If God wants me to continue podcasting, if God keeps me in good health, if I'm able to continue podcasting, I will do it. So this is like, there's no end date. There is no end date. All right. You can go back to 2019 And you'll see my letters to editors appearing in newspapers. 2020, same thing. 2021, 2022. That's how I have a list of more than 109, might be 110, I don't know. More than 100. More than 100 publications I have. Opinions that I've written. Some are 200 words. Some are, 800 words, 1,000 words. I don't know. Different sizes that have been published in different newspapers. So, yes, the live streams will continue. Okay? Because freedom of speech continues. The live streams are a way for me to express my my thoughts. It's free speech, so it'll continue. All right. Okay. Let's see, my friends. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. That's a request, my friends. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Okay. All right, I see some conversations taking place. Continue with the conversations. I have more to share. Let's see, how many subscribers? All right. Yeah, we need about 1,800 more. Actually, we need about 1,750 more subscribers to get to 10,000. Okay. So help me get to 10,000. Not gonna happen tonight. I understand that, but help me get to 10,000 subscribers, and it'll be so wonderful, my friends. Okay, subscribe if you have not done so already. And like I was saying, I am glad. I am so happy. I'm so thrilled that Donald Trump won Pennsylvania. I kept saying, Pennsylvania is going to be the biggest prize on election night with 19 electoral college votes. 19. I said that. The largest prize on election night when you look at the battleground states. Okay. And I am so happy. I was so thrilled, so excited, so emotional when I found out, when I saw the announcement that Trump has won Pennsylvania. And when I talk about Pennsylvania, there's something else I need to mention. We got a great news today. We got a great news that we have won the U.S. Senate race in Pennsylvania. We have won the U.S. Senate race in Pennsylvania. I talked about this. I said that there's a U.S. Senate race in Pennsylvania. William Miller is here. AC Cruz is here. One Texas Miner is here. Thank you all for being here. If I missed someone, I apologize. I apologize, but thank you for your continued support. Thank you for being here. So, as I was saying, there was a U.S. Senate race in Pennsylvania. Bob Casey, incumbent Democrat senator, incumbent Democrat U.S. senator. He has been the U.S. senator for a long time. And this time, Dave McCormick, Republican Senate candidate Dave McCormick, challenged Democrat Senator Bob Casey. So Dave McCormick is the Republican, Bob Casey is the Democrat. So Dave McCormick challenged Democrat Senator Bob Casey. And, it was an intense race, very intense. For a while, people thought Bob Casey is going to win re-election. The Democrats will hold on to the Senate seat. That's what people thought. And then, McCormick was doing really well. And then he was catching up. And then Republicans were hopeful. I was hopeful. I talked about that race on this channel. And I'm very happy to report to you now, and I saw this breaking news today, that Dave McCormick, the Republican, has won the U.S. Senate race in Pennsylvania. Dave McCormick is now the U.S. Senator-elect in Pennsylvania. The race has been called, okay? And Dave McCormick, the Republican, has defeated incumbent Democrat U.S. Senator Bob Casey in Pennsylvania. This is so wonderful. This is so wonderful. We won in Montana. We won in Ohio. Okay. We won in West Virginia. We won in Pennsylvania. I'm talking about the U.S. Senate races. Okay. So Republican U.S. Senate candidate Tim Sheehy won in Montana. Republican U.S. Senate candidate Bernie Moreno won in Ohio. Republican U.S. Senate candidate Jim Justice won in West Virginia, and Republican U.S. Senate candidate Dave McCormick won in Pennsylvania. This is so great. This is so wonderful. The people of Pennsylvania, I love you. Thank you for coming out and voting in large numbers, for the great voter turnout, and for voting for Republicans, for voting for Donald Trump and for Dave McCormick. This is so wonderful, my friends. So this is going to be, this was an amazing election. It is going to be a wonderful, wonderful new term next year, okay? When you'll see the new senators being sworn in, you'll see the new, you'll see our Republican House members, and you'll see Donald Trump being sworn in as the commander-in-chief. So really, really, really wonderful. Really, really wonderful, my friends. I am so excited. I'm so happy. What can I say? Sometimes I don't have the words to express my joy. By the way, my friends, 97 likes on this video already. Do you think we can get 3 more and make it 100? Is it possible? 3 more to make it 100? 3 more likes? I would appreciate that. All right. Let me know, my friends, if we can get 3 more likes. 98. Just okay, 102. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your overwhelming support. Please like, please subscribe. Please like and subscribe. This is how we can reach more people. This is how we can reach more people. So the Republicans have regained the majority in the U.S. Senate. And we still don't know the outcome of the U.S. Senate race in Arizona and the U.S. Senate race in Nevada. Carrie Lake is the Republican candidate in Arizona. Sam Brown is the Republican candidate in Nevada. We are waiting for the results. Terry is writing, we flipped 4 seats so far. That is correct. We flipped 4 seats in the U.S. Senate. 4 seats in the U.S. Senate. Okay? And so we are now at 53. If Carrie Lake wins, we'll be at 54. If Sam Brown wins, we'll be at 55, which is going to be awesome. So let's hope for the best. And you know what? The haters, they tried to shut down this channel. They tried to stop our momentum, but the haters lost. Here we are, very strong, moving forward. Subscriber numbers going up. The number of subscribers is going up, and we're getting lots of views. And this is wonderful, my friends. So, with your support, with your likes, with your subscriptions, we can continue to move forward. We can continue to move forward, and we will move forward. All right, let's see who's here. Any questions for me, my friends? I discussed a lot. It's been like 1 hour 38 minutes. Any questions? Let's discuss questions. What do you have in mind? What are you hearing from your friends, family members, and your neighbors? Are you seeing that a lot of people are happy that Trump is going to be the commander-in-chief once again? Share with me your thoughts, my friends. Share with me your thoughts. Okay, viewer named, is it called Yime? Yime? Okay. Oh, was the race called already? The Arizona race? Did I miss it? I'm sorry if I missed it. Hold on. Did Carrie Lake? Let's see. Okay. Was that race called? Do you know if Associated Press? I am looking at the Associated Press, and that race has not been called between, Carrie Lake and Ruben Gallego. I think it's pronounced Gallego. I think I called the candidate Gallego, but I think that's the wrong pronunciation. So I learn things. Obviously, I think it's pronounced Gallego maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing, but the race I'm talking about between Carrie Lake and the candidate that she's running against. Yeah, I apologize if I'm not pronouncing correctly. Okay, I always try to pronounce people's names correctly, but there are some names. Uh, um, there are some names that I probably don't pronounce very well, so I apologize for that. Okay, so that race, I'm looking at Associated Press, and I don't think that they called that race. That race has not been called yet. Yeah, that race is, I mean, the results are still pending in Arizona, the Senate race. I think so. Let me see. Let me check. Let me check the different news outlets. Okay. Associated Press has not called that race. Okay. NBC. Okay. Now I'm looking at NBC News, and they're saying too early to call. Too early to call. So they have not called that race. NBC News did not call that race. Let me check. Let me check some other areas. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. Give me 1 second, my friends. I'm just changing the screen here. We're looking at Arizona. Arizona. Let's see. All right. We're going to look at Senate. All right. Hold on. Looking at Arizona. Give me 1 second, okay. Hot Senate races here. Okay, so okay, no, the race has not been called. Okay, so Ruben, the Democrat candidate, he is leading right now, and it shows that 76% of the votes have been reporting 76%. Okay, so it's not 100% yet. So the Democrat candidate is ahead right now, but it's really too early to call. So Carrie Lake can still win. Evelyn wrote, Arizona Senate is still pending. That is correct. So if somebody told you that Carrie Lake lost, that is not correct. That is not correct, okay? People may be assuming things, right? People may be assuming that maybe Carrie Lake can win or maybe Carrie Lake can't win. People are probably making assumptions. They are drawing conclusions. They are jumping into conclusions. And so I am looking at Associated Press. I'm looking at NBC News. I can look at other outlets too, other sources. But this race has not been called. So Ruben is not the winner. Carrie Lake is not the winner because the winner has not been declared. Okay? Evelyn saying Gallego is pronounced Gallego. Okay, it's pronounced Gallego, right? Evelyn, did I do that correctly now? Gallego? Is it how it's pronounced? I'm just going to call him Ruben. Okay, that's just easier. Go by the first name. Um, yep. All right. Uh, a viewer, Dallas, writes, "Are you surprised by November 5th results?" No, I'm not surprised because me and others who are part of this community during the live chat, we were very confident that it would be a landslide victory. Okay, like I said, no guarantees, no one can guarantee, but we were very confident that it would be landslide victory. We looked at the best case scenario, we looked at the shortest pathway, we looked at a variety of combinations of states, okay? And we thought that Trump could win, if like miracles happen, let's say Trump wins New York and New Jersey and all that, he could get, like Virginia, he could get more than 380. I mean, that would be like the absolute best case scenario, more than 380. And we also looked at the shortest pathway, like what is the minimum number of states Trump can win to get to 270. And we said, if he wins, I gave my analysis. If Trump wins North Carolina and Georgia, he's going to be at 251, and then he needs 19 more electoral college votes to get to 270. Pennsylvania is exactly 19. So Trump can win the presidential election by only winning, out of the battleground states, only winning North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania, and he wouldn't even need Michigan or Wisconsin or Nevada or Arizona. So, I mean, we talked about all of that. So anyway, we were confident. I personally was confident about Michigan. I was very confident about North Carolina, super confident about North Carolina, very confident about Georgia. Wisconsin, I was confident, but Michigan, I was more confident, to be honest with you. And Pennsylvania, I had said, if the elections are held in a free and fair manner, then Trump's going to win Pennsylvania. So Trump won Michigan, Trump won Pennsylvania, Trump won Wisconsin, Trump won North Carolina, Trump won Georgia. He did so great. So really amazing results. And we are so happy. Are we not? We are happy, very happy. Okay, my friends. So yeah, the Arizona Senate race, we have to wait and see what happens there. We don't know the results yet, but we will find out soon. We will find out soon, okay? So Arizona and Nevada, I am really hoping to see Kari Lake in the U.S. Senate. I really want to see Kari Lake in the U.S. Senate. Paul writes, he won Virginia. No, Trump did not win Virginia. No, Trump, it would be great if Trump would have won Virginia. He did not win, but that's okay. He got to the number of electoral college votes that he needs. He surpassed that number. So it's great. It's great. So, he didn't win Virginia, but that's okay. That's okay. All right? Okay. Okay. All right, my friends. Let's see if you have any questions for me. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. Michelle writes, he won West Virginia. Yes, Trump won West Virginia, but Trump did not win Virginia. Okay, two different states, obviously. West Virginia, Trump won because West Virginia is a red state. But Trump did not win Virginia. Okay, just Virginia. That Trump did not win. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on, my friends. I'm reading some comments here. Okay. All right. One Texas miner is writing, do you have any predictions on the House of Representatives? I feel confident that the Republicans will maintain the majority in the House of Representatives. Okay, but it's like, it's going to be a very slim majority. We had a slim majority It will probably end up being a slim majority again, but I think the Republicans will continue to be the majority in the House of Representatives. One thing you will notice, I have not discussed, as I have been doing live streams over the last many months, and especially focusing on the election in the last several weeks, I have not talked about the House of Representatives much, because there are so many. I mean, the entire House of Representatives is up for re-election every 2 years. Okay, so you've got all the seats up for re-election, every 2 years, and so it's a lot to discuss. It's a lot to discuss, and I possibly can't discuss all the House races, and even if I discuss like the toss-up races, it's still a lot of races to discuss. And so I did not focus as much on the House of Representatives, except for talking about the House races in Wisconsin. I've talked about Congressman Van Orden's race in Wisconsin. Congressman Van Orden, Republican, he won re-election. I talked about Congressman Brian Stiles' race. He won re-election. Congressman Glenn Grothman, he won re-election. And the seat that Congressman Mike Gallagher, that he vacated because Congressman Gallagher left the House of Representatives. He resigned early, so that seat remains in Republican hands because there's a new congressman-elect. He's a Republican. His name is Tony Weed. So it is still in Republican hands. Congressman Tom Tiffany, he won re-election. In terms of Wisconsin, we're doing well when it comes to the House side, House of Representatives. But I really haven't studied the House races from other states, so I can't really comment on that in details. But I'm hoping and praying that we maintain the majority. I'm hoping and praying that we maintain the majority. We just have to wait for all the races to be called and all the results to be announced. Okay, so if that happens, if we maintain the majority in the House, if Speaker Mike Johnson continues being the Speaker, it's going to be great. We have regained the majority in the Senate, the Republicans, and we're going to have a Republican commander-in-chief in the White House. So if we win the majority in the House, it's just going to be really awesome. We have the White House, we have the Senate majority, and hopefully we'll have the House majority also. So it's going to be great. My friends, I'm very hopeful. I'm very optimistic about the future. And so, let's see what happens going forward. All right. So with that, my friends, I will conclude the live stream. Thank you all for joining. This was my second complete live stream today. Actually, third live stream, but the first one was disrupted because of a technical glitch. So it was a very short live stream, so I didn't count that. This is my second complete live stream of the day. And so, I'm very serious about continuing with these live streams. I appreciate the fact that you are all tuning in, you're supporting my channel, you're liking my videos. Please ask your friends, your family members, your neighbors to all subscribe to my channel and stay connected with me, my friends. There's going to be so much to discuss moving forward. We will talk about the different positions in the Trump administration. We'll talk about all the people that who Trump will appoint, people who Trump will nominate for the different positions. We'll talk about the transition, and there will be a lot of things to discuss. So, my friends, thank you so very much for supporting this channel. Please continue to support. Please subscribe. And thank you, my friends. Thank you so very much for joining. And I will be back again with a new live stream. So stay connected. My friends, Trump 2024, let's make America great again. Now that Trump is the winner, we will make America great again. God bless you all, and God bless our president, Donald J. Trump, and God bless the United States of America. I'll see you again soon. Thank you.